Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Audi Q5, and I think you guys will really like this color, at least I like this color a lot. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Audi here in downtown Salt Lake for me some time with this Q5. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for Landon. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 7-speed automatic. Fuel economy is 22 around town and then 28 on the highway, with power outputs being 261 horsepower and then 273 pound-feet of torque. And then 0 to 60 is 5.7 seconds with this. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So taking a look at the hood, you can see that pretty nice body lines and the green paint really shows them off. And then I've always been a fan of Audi's turn signal indicators, just the general headlight design. I think it looks really cool. This is all blacked out down below. Same thing with the grille, all blacked out as well. And look at the rings. It looks like this one, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool looking. Anyways, there's the front end and there's the green. Now our turn wheel setup is 255 by 45 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you got the silver with the blacked out trim. You got that cool red brake caliper as well. And then I like the painted fender flare. You've got your little S-line badge on the side. We take a few steps back. Look at that! The green and the wheels ties in nicely. Now this leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch, and it's a pretty nice fob in terms of the feel. And speaking of hatch, we've got plenty of storage space. So this is kind of similar in size to like a Toyota RAV4, for those of you who want kind of like a ruler for it. And you can see all the floor mats here in the back. We've got netting here. This is pretty nice. So it's a solid setup, but something that I think is always funny about the Q5 is actually the lights. So you can see the lights are on the hatch. So you've got an extra set of lights below that. It's kind of like, I don't know why they did that, but they did that. So I mean, I guess it makes the opening bigger, so that is one way to look at it. Anyways, all the badges are blacked out here on the back, and it's the rest of the rear. Now this leads us into the back, where you can see we've got some nice soft touch here at the top of the door panel. Down below, you're going to rest your arm. Very tight fit and finish, and the doors are actually pretty darn solid in terms of the closing sound and all of that, and the feel. But here are the seats, nice stitching. Now again, it's not going to be massive with the storage or legroom and all that, but it's pretty good. On that, we've got some vents here in the back. We also have our own climate zone in the rear, some USB ports and everything as well. And then heading back here, it's good. Now this leads us up front, where again we've got more of that soft touch trim all across. Down below as well, all of our window controls here. We've got our mirrors, our mirror adjustment rather, where we can fold them in and all of that. Got memory seat functionality, blind spot monitoring with said mirrors. Then here's the front seat. Again, pretty cool with the stitching design. All of our adjustments there on the side. And then you guys can see here the light controls. And then pretty normal pedals at the very bottom. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see it's perforated all around. So yeah, they're putting RS steering wheels or style on regular Audis. Interesting choice. S logo there at the bottom, paddle shifters here on the back. Practical controls in front, including your heated steering wheel, your volume control, voice command control, and then for the center as well. Then you've got all the normal Audi stocks for cruise and turn signal, windshield wiper, all of that. And yeah, full digital gauge cluster here in the center, which I think is pretty neat how it functions. So pretty user-friendly overall, and everyone's pretty much copying Audi on this now. Now, I always like to show real-world glare so you guys can know what to expect. But yeah, you've got quite a bit. But anyways, 360 camera system, trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel. It's got good resolution. Not a massive screen, but, you know, pretty solid overall. And yeah, you even got a front camera with that as well, which I think is pretty cool. And then as for the infotainment system, there is a short bar here. The plastic covering is kind of blocking that. But it's pretty quick to respond overall, so easy enough to use. And if you've got the vehicle tab, this will actually let you select the drive modes, which you got a bunch for both on-road and you have an off-road mode as well. But yeah, pretty simple setup. Dual zone climate controls down below. We also have heated seats, Okay, like your drive mode select, your auto stop start, stability control, parking sensors, hill descent. It's for the screen to turn it off. Oh, 12 volt here below. And then yeah, piano black trim, but then you also have this like silver trim, little volume control there, which is fun. Shifter here for the 7-speed with the parking brake right by it. And then some cup holders here. Big center console. Nice trim on the top. Same thing on the dash. Very solid feeling. Got a pretty big glove box. And then we've got the controls here for the giant sunroof. So here's what I want to sticker for this Q5 District Green Metallic. It's a cool color. I think it's worth it. For those of you wondering on the sound system, I'm going to try to mention sound systems more often in reviews. It's actually good. It's part of a $5,100 package, but clarity and everything's nice. $59,250 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it performs. Let us set off in the Q5 and hopefully I picked out the right color for you guys. I think this is a cool color because pretty much every single Audi is black, white, shades of gray. So whenever you see an Audi in a bright color, especially green, I don't know what it is, but Audis look the best in green. Just with how they've styled them. I'm gonna have to turn a little bit here. Yeah, it just works best. So I'll show you guys the camera system, I suppose. These dealerships are very, very tight with the parking in downtown Salt Lake. There's just not a lot of real estate down here. In Salt Lake County in general. Salt Lake County is very small. It's just over 800 square miles, and there's over 1 million people in that 800 square miles. And that's the whole county. The valley floor is smaller than that even. So lots of people in a tuna can. Lots of people in a tuna can. Smooth. Suspension's like, it's solid, but it's actually pretty firm. It's not uncomfortable. Like on the road, you just coast. You glide. But it seems like it's tuned pretty sportily. Yeah, sportily. That's a word now. Why? I said so. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I will say, transmission's also smooth. I'm actually surprised by the suspension, how firm it is. Wasn't expecting that. I do like how smooth this is overall. It's kind of a nice feeling. Yeah, it's got some torque. It is a 4-cylinder though, so you do got to rev it up a little bit. That's the one downside about turbo 4 cylinders. Is you do have to rev them up. I wouldn't be shocked if we start to see more hybrid 4 cylinders, just because everything's kind of going that direction. But also, a hybrid with a turbo 4 cylinder really fills in that torque gap at the bottom end, so then it just fixes the power band. I would describe it as. That's a nice ride though. It's impressive what Audi's done here, where they have basically, I mean, combined some sporty elements, but still luxe. Still luxe. The steering is so, the thing that's weird about Audis is the steering is so over assisted. It's relatively direct, but it is just incredibly light. Like, it's very interesting to see. And yeah, see, this is why I'm always careful in downtown Salt Lake. People don't necessarily follow the signs and such. They just walk when they want to walk. They bike when they want to bike. Smooth. I mean, the power band's pretty... My shoe's like making a... Sorry, I'm being immature today. My shoe's making like a farting noise against the plastic down here. But... yeah, I mean, the Q5, it's a nice luxury crossover. I think they've done a good job with it, where here's another example. I mean, they've got the back in my day when you had the hand up, you don't cross the street. Yeah, it's nice. I was hoping to get acceleration here, but this Nissan's doing the Nissan thing where they're super slow. Yeah, the transmission's, it's quick. I like it. Let me know what you guys think about the Q5, but I think this is a great entry-level luxury SUV. It's Audi's kind of, it's not their true entry-level because you got the Q3, but basically, if you want like an SUV the size of a RAV4 that is German, drives well, has a nice interior, solid build quality, that's what the Q5 provides. And with RAV4 prices, it's actually not that much more expensive than a RAV4. Crazy, right?